can't I get this to work? It almost look like that. Okay, hello everyone. This is going to be my first question and answer from Tumblr. Um, I made a post the other day, saying that I would answer questions via video, whatever about anything. So I have a few questions about weight loss, some about my locks, and some about sex. So for starters, I will go with the weight loss ones first. So the first question is, what are some of the things that keep you motivated to lose weight? Actually, watching the numbers go down is something that like keeps me going. Different, like right now we have a contest at work, and it's for whatever team logs the most activity, for the next 8 weeks, gets $1,000 for their charity of their choice. Stuff like that really gives me the motivation that I need, and it keeps me accountable for what I should already be doing. It also helps, but I see little progresses and stuff like that, so it makes me want to actually get the weight off faster. I want to be swimsuit ready by my birthday, but I don't know if that's going to work. Like, I want to get my thighs in order. Like, I have these fat pockets on my thighs that I want to get in order, and this bottom roll that I'm trying to lose, and it's going down. Like, I've noticed the changes or whatever, but I just kind of got to remind myself, like, this is what I'm doing it for, and this is why I want to do it. And, it feels good, but it doesn't change the. It doesn't change my life to the point where I'm getting all these people like, oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you look so good. Or you so. No, none of that. I don't need none of that. And I'm kind of glad I haven't. Like my coworkers, they were like, oh, you're so skinny. I hate it. I hate that they say that, but I don't really snap on them. I just say, oh, thank you, blah, 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 keep walking. So that's really what, you know, keeps me in that area. And some people, I don't want to say they look up to me, but they see the progress that I've made, and it inspires them to do some small changes, if not huge changes within themselves. So that's really good because we all need to be healthy, no matter if we're eating right, exercising right, or, just paying more attention and focusing on a healthier you. The next question is, how much food can I eat in one sitting? Well, being that I had the surgery July 19th, 2011, I'm supposed to be able to eat a cup of food, right? A cup of food, about a cup of food. But I think I eat more than that because sometimes I'm either really hungry or it tastes really good, or I have to remind myself that even though like portion control is an issue, I have to remind myself that my stomach is not as big as it used to be, and I can't eat all that I want to eat. So I think the recommended amount that you should be eating after a surgery like this, around the time that it has been, is about a cup of food. How frequently do I eat within one day? Um, I've been slacking on that because you're supposed to eat, I think 6 small meals a day, but I don't because I'm just so used to eating, like getting up, drinking something on the way to work, maybe eating something when I get to work, eating lunch, eating when I get home from work, and that be it. Like sometimes just because you have the surgery doesn't mean that your body or your mind frame is going to change when it comes to how often you eat. I'm not a snacker, so it's kind of hard for me to go and say, oh, let me snack on this or let me snack on that. Like, they say get fruit and have fruit on hand or whatever, but it'll go bad until I actually want it. And that's when I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had a banana, or I wish I had an orange or something like that. So I think 6 small meals a day is what I should be, maybe more. But they do want me to have at least 64 ounces of water. Not happening. I try my best to get it when I first had my surgery, because I was dehydrated a lot and it was easier to do that. But also the thing with the surgery is you get like a cup of ice cold water and you're ready to gulp it down. Well, you can't do that because your stomach will start hurting. Well, mine does. So I have to drink slow and sip and go back and forth and stuff like that. And it is kind of annoying at times. The only times I can really down some water is after a workout and I'm like really, really tired and I'm really, really hot and I'm really, really thirsty. That's when I can put some work in. Next question is, do you have certain foods that you can't tolerate anymore? Yes. Anything, like if we go out to eat and my cousin's like, well, where do you want to go? I said, well, I don't care, but if we go somewhere that has sandwiches, I don't want to go because my bread has to be toasted and I don't always want toasted bread with everything. Like I can't eat the baguettes or the rolls or the stuff like that at Italian restaurants because I'll get full off of that and it'll make my stomach swell and my stomach hurt and I'll be mad. So I really don't want to. I don't try to, you know, um, we try to avoid places like that. And I try to go places where I can get something, um, that's not heavily fried or or I can get a lot of protein in it. One thing that I have not been able to do is a burger. I've tried patty melts, but I think I can do those because the meat is very thin. Like the patty is very thin and the bread is toasted, but a regular burger I cannot do. It hurts my stomach really bad and I won't be able to eat the whole thing. And I think it's just ground beef for some reason. It's just not work. I try even before the surgery, I didn't eat ground beef that much. Like I'll have ground turkey and I'll make turkey burgers and stuff like that, and that is no problem. I just think it's ground beef. I don't know why, but that's one thing that I have not been able to eat. Also, when we went to the Big Crit concert in Texas, we went and had pizza afterwards. I don't know what they did to the pizza. I mean, it was good going down, but I swear to God, it gave me the worst gas of my life. Like it was horrible. So, I don't know what happened, but it was, ugh, I hated it. But the thing about the surgery is that you have foods that they say will make you dump or just go to the bathroom right after. I haven't necessarily had that issue, um, so that's good. But it's just gas and burping is something that's common, and if you're embarrassed about that, then you're going to be embarrassed a lot more, especially in public, and you can't control it. Some of it's controlled because you can kind of walk off, but you can't control when you have built up gas in your chest or, the other way. Um, what other question? The last weight loss question is, have people started treating you differently after losing weight? I think I want to say no. My family still treats me the same. I still act the same. I think that's the biggest part of it. So my family still treats me the same. My friends still treat me the same. And I still don't get any play like that either. So whatever the case may be, I don't understand, but I think I still get treated the same. Like my coworkers would be like, "Oh, you're so skinny." Like this one lady, God bless her soul, she's like 60 something, but she's like, "Oh, you're so skinny. You're so skinny. You're so skinny." It's like, oh God, lady. I don't know, but it's just annoying as hell. But that's about it. I don't get any special treatment. I don't act differently, so I don't make it a big deal. I'm not one of those people who talks about, oh yeah, I lost 3 pounds today and stuff like that. So I think that makes it better for everybody. I guess, I don't know. I mean, I'm not that type of person that continuously brag about what I'm doing. So maybe that's why I don't feel like I've been treated differently, and that's a good thing to me, because you never know what somebody else is thinking about you or about what you've done or where their mind frame is, because most of the time when people think negatively about you, it's about something that's also reflecting who they are. You know, they may not like you because you're losing weight. Well, they may not like themselves because they're still gaining weight, or they haven't found the motivation needed to change themselves. So I can't worry about them. The next question is general question: advice to get someone looking to do locks. I would say you have to have the most patience in the world, because having locks, having locks did not happen overnight, um, and it's not easy to maintain. And well, it's easy to maintain, but it's not easy to figure out once you're first starting. Like, I cut all my hair off to like this long, then I let it grow out, and then I got micros, and then I took the micros out, and then I got locks. So when my hair was probably about this long, but when we did the comb style coils, it got short again. So in reality, my hair is longer than it really is now. But I felt like a boy. So and I was a lot heavier, so my face was a lot fatter, and it was ugh. So I think if you're gonna do locks, then you have to have a lot of patience, and it will get better. And find what products work for you. I know a lot of people, they use all different kinds of products and do all this treatments and have a regimen and all that other stuff. Well, I've found with my hair that the more products that I use, the more often I have to wash my hair because my scalp gets itchy and dirty. The more products that I use, the more I break out on my face because my hair is mostly down all the time and it's always touching my face. Um, so what I really do is just try to keep using the same products. The shampoo that I use for color treated hair because I have dyed my locks. Um, I also use Dove for the elderly because it makes your hair stronger. So when I first started, I did use that a lot, and I still use it sometimes. Um, it just gives you that you need to, because there's breakage even with locks. There could be breakage. I've lost some, and I don't know if I've lost them because of the surgery, because I know that's a something that people experience. They say they lose their hair or whatever, but I never lost any before I had my locks, but I've lost four since. I mean, yeah, I never had lost any before surgery, and I've lost four since surgery, and it hasn't even been a full year yet. So um, I don't know if that has any relation, but I think it does. So I'm not really bothered because I have a head full of hair, and it's really the ones that are really thin on the edges and in the back. Um, with locks, I just say do what works for you. I treat my hair like I would if I had a relaxer, and the fact that I don't and I haven't used rose water spray, and I haven't used shea butter. Like, I feel like my hair is still my hair, so I shouldn't have to go through all these extremes to, get some fabulous results. My hair does look dry sometimes, but that's because of the color of my hair. Most of the people in my family, we have like a dry, dirty red, dirty brown hair color. Even with the dye, it still can look dry. Um, but again, I just use what works for me. And the typical products, which nobody likes in the natural hair world, I use beeswax and black gel to retwist my hair. Nobody likes that because they say it causes buildup, but I have other stuff that causes buildup, and I don't even retwist my hair with that. So it's to each its own. Do what works for you. I've been using that method since I started them, so I'm not gonna stop and use something else. Um, The next question is my opinion on casual sex, just fucking with no strings attached. I have no problem with that. Um, a lot of people do, and a lot of people can't separate sex from just being sex. Most women feel like they have to have some kind of connection with the person before they have sex, and the connection that I have is A, I think you're cute, or I want to see what that meat looking like. So I'm not gonna say I have to be in love or I have to like you and want to be in a relationship with you, because I don't want to be in a relationship with everybody. Just because he can dig me down doesn't mean that he may be the best man for me. And some people are willing to go through bad situations just because they're in a relationship and just because they have a man by their side. I'm not one of those types. I can't take care of you. Um I can't do none of that. So fucking is fucking. If you just want to just want to have sex, we can do that, but you have to go home. You can't stay here. Um I mean, we all have needs, and the only one that's going to judge you besides yourself is yourself. I mean, because in the end of the day, dudes like, oh, I don't want no hoe, or I don't want no, this, and this, and they're still going to fuck you. Even if you were a hoe, even if you're a hoe before or after the situation, they're still going to fuck. No dude that I know is going to pass up on some ass just because they think you're a hoe, or they don't think you're a hoe, or whatever the case may be. If they know they're getting some ass out of the situation, they're down to fuck. And I just think that, most people are, I don't know. I think most people, the people who attach sex and love and feelings and all of that together, are the ones who get hurt the most. Because they have some kind of expectation that's unrealistic, that they're hoping to get out of the situation. And I don't think it's conducive to a positive mindset, because it'll make you go crazy. I mean, I was like that when I was younger. I mean, I did it. It wasn't in regards to sex, but I used to do everything this guy wanted me to, just because I thought that it would get the attention that I wanted and it would make him like me more. And it didn't. And now he has 9 kids, 4 different mothers. So I'm good on that. Next question. What do I consider to be the best sex I've ever had? That's hard because I've had a lot of sex, and a lot of it I can't remember. I do know, I would say the best sex to me is consistent sex. Consistent good sex, because there are some drought periods. I know when I was in college and I lived in Stillwater, and the situation had happened where me and my roommate, who was a major whore, we were chilling and I think I cooked for the Super Bowl or whatever, and she knew the dude downstairs, and his friend came up to watch the game or whatever. And so the friend had left and came back. He was like, well, is your roommate still up? And I was like, no, she went to sleep, because I think she had company. And he said something to me. He whispered in my ear and told me he was sexually attracted to me, and it went down from there. And it was on a regular basis. Like, if he seen my car out there when he was going to visit his friend, then he was coming over. I didn't have a problem with that, because I was getting dicked on the regular. And it was so big. So good. So that would be my answer. The best sex is the most consistent sex. It's good, and I'm pleased, and I'm not wanting more and more and more. My next question was from an anonymous person. Was like, my thoughts on eating or getting your ass eaten. I'm not eating nobody's ass. I'm not licking nobody's ass. I barely barely play with the balls. I will grab them, I will tug on them, and I will lick them, but I will not go up underneath that. I'm not fucking with it. I'm just not. I just can't do it. Have I had my ass eaten before? Yes. It felt weird. But he did not get a kiss afterwards. So, I mean, I'm not going to say I don't agree with it or that I don't like it, but I'm not doing it is what I'm going to say to that one. So, I think that's about it. Oops, wrong thing. Hold on. Got all kind of shit popping up. So, if you have any more questions, then I will be happy to answer them. I think I'll probably do this once a week. I don't know. It depends on how many questions I get. But I will see you guys next time.